Hey, composing gloves here, and today we're going to talk about a very simple concept, one that'll hopefully be, pretty quick. It is the idea of syncopation. So what is syncopation? Syncopation is where you take where the beat is expected to be and you change it. You say, just kidding, it's over here. And when you do that, you create interest in your music. You pull the rug out from under your audience and they are like forced to, they're slip and fall or they're on their feet and they jump, but they can't sit there. They have to do something. It's one way to create interest. If you keep your syncopation consistent by shifting it again, then it will introduce more interest. So here we have a typical 4/4 measure. I'm just going to do it in 4/4. Syncopation is the same across everything. So we talked about where beats sort of lie inside meters. So I'm going to let you just sort of experiment with those other ones, but we're going to talk about just 4/4. So here I have a beat 1 2 3 4 1 2 3. The accents on this one. Well, we could change it. We could take this accent and get rid of it. We could say, hey, no, in this one, we're going to put the accent on beat 2. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. And so what we'll do is that we expect to hear 1 2 3 4, but now we're going to hear dun 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 dun. And so that creates a different rhythm, a different feel. It's syncopated now. This is like a very, very, very simple form of syncopation. Now, what we might do instead is let's put in some more notes. Let's put in like something like this. Let's do some eighth notes here. Oh, yeah, yeah. Now let's get rid of this here. Exit, no input, get rid of that. So right now we have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, right? So we go... They're all equal opportunity notes. Now in 4/4, if you gave this to a musician, they'd be like, oh yeah, the emphasis is on beats 1. Now there's different ways to do this too. Just so you know, you could play different notes on a different beat. Like you could have it go dun dun, and then to emphasize this upbeat, you could do that. And that would be different. And it would create an emphasis towards it. It doesn't necessarily need to be volume. It could be something else. It's just different. We're creating differences that don't line up with the strong beats. So I could put an emphasis on beats 1 and 1. And that's like a common one where we're used to hearing it. You almost always add syncopation somewhere else in the measure. You don't usually take away the emphasis from beat 1 until you get to like really advanced stuff where you would have reasons to do that instead of just choosing a different meter. So here we get da na 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 na. What we could do though is we could say, hey, you know what? Let's get rid of this. Let's syncopate it. Let's make it more interesting. So we'll do that. So now, we get da na na da na na da na da na na da na, and so we get this more interesting rhythm. And by changing where these accents lie as we move along in a piece of music, we will get more interesting music. It'll be pleasing to listen to, a kind of a cool thing. So I just want you to be aware that this is a thing. This is very, very basic syncopation. We could put like an accent here on, this is the 4th beat, so it's still a downbeat. And then we could make this a C major chord. So let's add some more notes. My bad. Let me select. Can I select that? Oh, you click it to get rid of it. Okay. So we're going to do C major, and then we're going to go to F. So we're going to syncopate this. And then we're going to stay on F. So F, F. You don't need to worry about what I'm doing right now. And then we're going to emphasize beat 4. Whoops, don't want that top one. So now these beats, so now we've created a more advanced syncopation because we have volume syncopation and then we have a chord change syncopation. So where we change our chords will also give us a type of syncopation. And we haven't even touched rests yet. Now you can see, like, we've had all these basics sitting in front of us and we've dug through and they were kind of boring at first, but now we're like, holy crap, if I do this and do this, if I just put an accent on this beat, change the notes on this beat, and then put a rest in here at this beat, that will add emphasis to this beat and shift attention to this beat, and we get this really complicated rhythm thing going on. There's whole studies on this. That's where genres start to originate from. So if we play it, so da-na-na, da-na-na-na-na. Well, this isn't emphasized, so it's da-na-na, but the chord change, which attention goes, and then we hear a da-na-na on the 4th beat, da-na. So it's like, oh, that's kind of interesting. So now we look at this, and what's cool is we have a really conscious understanding. So if we want to like create a particular rhythm or do something or make an interesting back rhythm to dance and melody on top, we can now do that, and it'll be substantially more interesting. We'll be like, oh, this is really cool. This is a neat thing to have. And so I want you to play around with these ideas, the ideas of shifting the attention of the beat. So in 4/4, almost no one does 4/4 as 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. No one does that unless you're weird. But almost everyone uses 4/4 for that reason. They'll shift attention away from these beats, and it will allow us to create very interesting beats. And the fact that 4/4 has beat 3, which is almost as strong as beat 4, but not quite as strong, usually. In a really academic sense, you could say that it's only beat 1, and then beat 3 is like a weak beat along with the others. But that's a choice of interpretation. We're essentially treating it as sort of a subset of 2/4. So hopefully, none of that made sense, you need to go back and rewatch my videos, or if you skip to this video, you should go check those out, because I spend time on those basics, because now you can see. Now you are like, whoa, I have options available to me. So that's that. If you have any questions, let me know. Subscribe, and have a blessed day.